What a lovely day! Welcome back. It's your boy, the Praetorian, plus size Praetorian, here with a Mad Max exclusive. That's right, today we are going to insert ourselves into the movie. We are going to try to recreate a popular shot from the film, and we're going to do so with the most baller dystopian build of all time. What cartridge did we select? I don't know. How far are we going to shoot? I don't know. All that's going to get answered. Stick around.
You give him a full tank of water and 2,000 tits of mother's milk, and then you return empty-handed. Not a drop of gasoline.
What'd he say? What are they talking about?
He filched us. We've been filched.
Let's kill him right now.
Oh, they give up the mother's milk and lost the gas? Oh, sorry. Is it just me, or is maybe milk not the best choice for our desert environment? I don't just...
Should have done it long ago, Dad. Should have crushed him, Dad.
Also, it's been hot as balls out here. Why are you all wearing leather? It's a freaking desert.
Father, give me the war rig, loaded up with all of the firepower you have got, and I will blow him from the face of the earth.
These two Riris couldn't change a light bulb between the two of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nepotism? Yeah, I think so.
Here's what we do. We conserve every drop of gasoline, turn off all vehicles, all generators, turn off every water pump.
Yeah. See? Hey, old Ghosty knows. He's, other than having to see that dude's nipples all the time, he's sharp.
At first light, leave for Bullet Farm with your tankers empty. Then, return with every munition you can load.
Hold up. Y'all sending this broad to go get the gas back? No, she manually cycles her SKS bolt. Yeah, I know y'all seen her do it. She manually cycles. She shoots with her eyes closed. Send me. I'm the one to take that shot.
I want every bullet and firearm, every caliber and size, your entire inventory ready to pick up. All
the firepower? Bro, only firepower you need is the plus size Praetorian, son. I think we all know this, right? What is up, my dudes? This is a fun video. I've been thinking about this video and planning it for over 8 months. I was sitting there watching Mad Max, not the first one that was really good, the one with Tom Hardy. That movie was awesome. The second one that was not so good, in my opinion, the Furiosa one. And she takes this shot, guys. And first off, I thought it was kind of a cool, like the cinematography in the movie was awesome. But I was just like dumbfounded with this particular shot that she took. And I noticed in the film, she ran an SKS, okay? In the other film, earlier in the film, her mom is running an SKS. Now, her mom's running one with no gas tube on it. And so her mom is manually cycling the bolt. There are plenty of cool shots to choose from in the film, but the one that caught my attention the most was one that she took to like save her beau, Praetorian Joe. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but I did. But what bothered me about it was, first off, she didn't dial, okay? Secondly, she held no wind. She popped, I think, 5 headshots in that total sequence, but one in particular, she shot a guy at what I estimated to be about 400-ish yards, 440 yards is what I was guessing, no joke. And then Chris Hemsworth's character pulled the guy out of the way and sent an RPG at her and like ruined the day and ruined everyone's life, basically. The problem I have with it is she manually cycled the SKS bolt, of which she did have a gas tube. So I'm like, why is this broad manually cycling the bolt on an SKS? It makes no sense. I get the choice of gun for dystopian end of the world desert times, like that gun makes sense to me, but why is she manually cycling it? So I started thinking about, I bet I could run that shot with a bolt action. If she's gonna manually cycle it anyway, why wouldn't she run a bolt action? And I bet I could do it as fast or fast enough to make sure I don't get hit by the RPG. Plus size athlete, son. So that's what we're gonna do today. But before we do, let us commence to talk about this beauty that stands in front of me. This is my dystopian build, okay? Again, in the film, she's running an SKS with a $99 polymer stock. All right, so to me, when I started the baseline of this build, what was most important is that I got the stock and or chassis right. So I looked at all kinds of stuff from polymer to metal, and I was like, man, metal, I don't really know. I'd want some wood in there. It'd be kind of cool to have both. and it hit me. WOOX. WOOX has, in my opinion, the perfect marriage of the two. They've got like the classic beauty of like a wood look, like a traditional wood look, and they mix in metal chassis. And so I was like, golly, that's where I'm gonna start. And it just so happened that one of their chassis was named the Furiosa. So I was like, oh, freaking no brainer, duh. But when I looked into it, I don't know, I like the look. This is the Cobra, and I just like the look of it better for what I was doing. And so the Furiosa is super dope looking too. Maybe I'll show some B-roll of that chassis as well. But this Cobra fit perfectly in the thumb hole and just the whole nature of what I would want in a dystopian build. So got the chassis from WOOX. Huge shout out to those guys. They make super dope stuff. Bolt action, AR, shotgun, man, you name it. They've got chassis systems for pretty much everything now. And it's just, they make incredible gear, man. So shout out to WOOX for making super, super dope stuff. I freaking love the way this looks. My buddies wanted me to scratch the wood up for a true dystopian. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. It's too beautiful. I just couldn't do it. But that's where I started. So I knew I wanted the Cobra, so that's what I was running with. Next up on action, I wanted something a little different look-wise. So obviously your boy went with the Impact Precision. Truly, if I were putting my life or my family's life in the hands of a firearm that I had to take a shot with, a long-range shot, without question, I'm choosing a bolt action, and without question, I'm choosing an Impact Precision, period. So what I did with this one to look a little different, this is their NBK, Natural Born Killer. A little more lightweight, right, with just the 2-rail system, because I'd want that. But then the other thing I did is I used their more OG stuff. They have more of a rounded bolt knob. So I selected that for the build, which I think just came out awesome. And then I went to the barrel, CRB. That's all I'm running these days, guys. Custom rifle barrels, just absolutely make tack driver. They go the extra mile as far as how they cut their process, and their barrels just hammer. So, and then I had a guy named Paul Fankenbridge. Shout out to Paul. He is like the fluting master on bolts and rifle barrels and what have you. I wanted a special flute because I wanted to cut the weight down as much as possible here, but I didn't want to go carbon fiber. I wanted to go steel. So he did this, man. The work's incredible. Just looks fantastic. Came out awesome. Cartridge. This is where the fun starts. So in SKS, obviously, guys, if you're thinking dystopian times, you're naming a couple cartridges. 308, right, 7.62 by 5.1, probably 30-06 in North America, 300 Win Mag, but she's running a 7.62 by 39. And so I just thought, boy, that'd be really rare. So that's what we did. We did a 7.62 by 39 bolt action build. Does it make sense? Not really. But is it cool? Absolutely. And as we all know, looking good and feeling cool is 99% of the battle. Hitting targets is just that other little 1%. So that's what we did. We're gonna run 123 grain Hornady black ammunition through it. Not going fast, not gonna lie, but old girl, I'm curious to see what she does today. And then the suppressor, like this was a huge pick for me, okay? I looked and looked and looked. I had to have something that had a really edgy look. But what was so important too is as you pick a dystopian and you see it themed out through my build, I wanted something that would last forever. Like legitimately, that was in the back of my mind on all these picks. So I found this company, Silent AF, and I actually called the owner and got to talk to the owner. And man, dude just won me over. First off, the look of his suppressor, I was like, that thing looks freaking awesome. He's got 2 main cans, now 3 actually, and they all just look phenomenal. The look of them is super cool, super unique. It's a 3D printed titanium can. It's only 6 1/4 inches long. Just super compact, really, really lightweight, and just the whole process he went through. But what won me over on this, outside of the look of it, was just him talking about the craftsmanship that they put in these cans. I mean, this guy sold his business and put everything he does into this company. Like, he believes in these products, and it came through in the conversation with him about this can. And so I'm like, done, man. I'm like, that's the can I'm going with. Not only does it look phenomenal, but just your passion about what you guys are doing and trying to accomplish, to have the best sounding suppressor mixed with just a quality that's gonna last. I just thought it was awesome. And then I knew for the optic, I'm thinking indestructible here, guys. You gotta go Night Force. I mean, you just can't argue again, videos 20 years ago, guys beating these on the freaking side of concrete benches, putting them back on guns and shooting groups like that. So they've just been indestructible for me, but I knew I wanted a flat dark earth. I couldn't find it until I went to my old boys at Mile High. That was the only place that I could find it that had it. Mile High Shooting Supply. You guys have seen me feature them in the past. They've got solid gear. They've got incredible gear. So they had it. So I swooped that bad boy up. And when it came in, my buddy's like, "Oh, you should paint it." I couldn't do it, guys. It's too beautiful. It's just so pretty. So I covered it up with scrimdilly, okay? A lot of fun little scrim things, and then threw it in the Area 419 one piece. Again, if my life were on the line, my family's life were on the line, I'm picking the Area 419 one piece scope mount all day, every day, period. Like, discussion over. So huge shout out to those guys for making awesome products. And then I happened to just make this myself. Spray painted it, made it look worn. And then Trigger Tech. Now I use 2 Trigger Techs on this build, but the Diamond, which I traditionally use, and their new Trigger Tech Rough, which has a higher pull weight of 8 ounces, but they did that on purpose due to feedback from the shooter. And then just also we're able to increase the durability of these triggers in adverse conditions, dirt, grime, what have you. So really, really neat. Huge shout out to Trigger Tech. And then the Gunsmith, you guys already know, I called my man with this idea. Old Brad Willie Wiley Dog, H&W, because I know that he's gonna build me a tack driver, period, and I know he's dumb enough to go along with my harebrained ideas. Brad actually did this, H&W did this Cerakote, and it came out phenomenal. Guys, even the largest haters, one of which is standing behind the camera right now and was masked up in my video earlier, who hates the 7.62x39, he thinks it's so dumb. Even he had to admit, once he saw this done, he's like, that gun is dope. It is freaking awesome. And H&W absolutely crushed it with the look of this thing. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. There were a lot of shots we could have chosen from, but again, the one that I'm gonna try to replicate, she is running into a quarry down, and she gets up on this motorcycle with kind of this soft leather seat. She shoots down. Now, when I first looked at this, my eye literally in the moment, I was like, that's about a 440-yard shot. Literally, sitting there on my couch, that's what I came up with. So it's so interesting. When I did the math, and some of which I'll pop up on screen, I don't want this to be a super data-heavy video, but basically, when I did the math, I know that Chris Hemsworth is 6'3". Why? Because I'm in all the chat boards, obviously. But no, I know that dude's, I looked it up. He's 6'3", okay? So I was able to measure from the reticle, which is a first focal plane. Now, it's a fake reticle, because the scope they used, which is disgusting, they used an NC Star scope. Guys, I was blanketing buddies, internets, all of it, trying to figure out what this scope was. I thought it was a Leupold Mark III based on the turrets, and I finally just sent it to one really degenerate friend, which you've seen on this channel before. What's up, Greg? And he's like, "Oh, I know what that is. That's an NC Star." And I'm like, "What's that?" He goes, "Oh yeah, Richie Rich, you wouldn't know what that was." Basically, apparently it's an airsoft brand that you can buy on like Amazon. And sure enough, it is, because you can see in the slanted nature of the front bell of the optic, it's an NC Star. So shame on you, Hollywood. Shame on you. But with the growth and shrinkage of that, Chris Hemsworth is about 4.8 mils. Now again, this is a fake reticle, and I've done hours of still frame studying of this. But to show you, it's about 4.8 mils. So what I was able to do is do the backwards math of using milrad, what that would equate to in distance. And what it came out to literally was a 430 to 440 yard shot. Freaking, it's funny that I literally called it from that distance, just the depth. I even looked up the average size of quarries and tried to measure it that way. But doing the math backwards, it was pretty cool how that all worked out. Now, if we could just get actresses to not put their eyeball literally up against the diopter, and to not close their eyes when they pull the trigger, both eyes. I won't try to recreate that today, but I will try to recreate the nature of the shot. So without further ado, let's take our 7.62x39 in the 16.1 inch barrel, and let's go over here and try to run this and see what we can see. You know what? Before we do that, let's lay down prone and just see what this thing's capable of and how far we can push it distance-wise. That might be more fun, and then we can do the test. Stick around. Here we are with plus-size Praetorian. That's right. So I thought before we take on the challenge, this barrel's not even broken in, right? So thought we'd get some rounds downrange and just see what sort of capabilities or lack thereof we have with the 7.62 when it comes to distance shooting. Again, fine cartridge, 0 to X amount of yards. We're gonna try to find out what that is. I just don't like their choice of it for the 430-yard headshots that she was popping over and over again. But to do it, today we're gonna run the Hornady 7.62 by 39, 123 grain SST black ammunition. Yes, Hornady makes factory ammo for this, precision factory ammo, in fact. So if you are a deer hunter, it's a great cartridge for that, and a multitude of other kind of hunting scenarios. Here we are, like $120. All right, let's check her out. Oh yeah, baby. He's giving her a little authority there. Authority. So you'll notice they figured this out, obviously. But magazines, straight magazines don't feed super well with the 7.62. So I'll be interested to see how this does. This is my 6 arc mag. MDT, it feeds 6 arc phenomenally well. So 268, let's go for the silhouette first. We'll give her a little win, 2/10. Boom, baby. Already not a whole lot of report back at 268 yards. There too. It's really, I don't know if that's the vapor or the actual bullet that I'm seeing, Alan. So one more, okay.
Bullet.
Yeah, that's the bullet. Yeah, that is super cool. I hope that's coming through on video. You got a full size. Let's go straight to the 66% here. All right. Come back. There we go. All right. Here we go. Off right. Still not enough. That's half mil hold on the 6/10. 7/10. I'm gonna go third one down. All right. That's not the... So, already on very small targets, we are struggling at 330 yards. This is going to be an interesting day of shooting. Ooh, man. Ooh, 550 yards, folks. Normally, even on a day like today, with most cartridges I'd run, my win hole would be 6 to 8/10. I just hit with 1.8 mils. 1.8 mils at 550 yards. Not super effective, especially in the desert for long range precision, but hey, plus size Praetorian is on the case. Oh man, it drifted at 2.4 on that one. Impact 2.5 mils. All right, I'm gonna go for the little square. Are you up? Here we go. Just left. Little square at 550. Impact. Seven mils of elevation is what I ended up at to hit and 2.4 mils at 550 yards. Again, not ideal. Just to say we did, I guess it's worth trying. The KYL rack behind that is 650, is that right? These targets are 12 inches by 12, 10, 8, 6, and then a 4-inch by 3-inch. So not big at 650 yards. Normally no problem for something like the old 22 Bleedmore, but the 7.62 by 39 out of a 16.1-inch bolt action. We'll see. Here we go.
That was wild. Yeah.
Oh, just low and impact.
You watch that hit the right side of the front.
Yeah, here we go. Just underneath of it. It's off the left. Impact. All right, here we go. 800. It says my dope was 13 something, so I rolled in 14.6. Here we go. Going for the silhouette. Just low and just left. Just right. Golly, just off right. I know, man. Impact. 3.4 mils of wind. I'm gonna send two at the little square because why not? Ooh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Plus size Praetorian. Range report. 7.62 by 39. Effective at 800? Not really. Especially not in a battle scenario where you got to make quick wind calls and don't have time to range and do all things. But, I mean, out to 550, as long as you're really good at calling wind, yeah, why not? Sure. It's doing 23.38 out of this 16-inch barrel that's not quite broken in yet. We're getting close to about the 150 mark. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully that gave you an idea of some of the just general capabilities of it with factory ammo. The H&W gun is hammering. The cartridge, we're stretching the limits of a little bit. Now we're gonna jump over and try to recreate the actual shot from the film. After I hit the first one on the big silhouette, then I'm gonna say, all right, you ready for the test shot? And we're gonna do a timer, and my split time has to be less than 3 seconds between the second and third shot. And we're up. Impact. Okay, here we go. Ah, I didn't record it. I know I made it. I'm gonna check film. I know I did. Dang it, I know I did. But anyway, we'll redo it. There's a good commercial for the Silent AF.
I'm trying to figure out how to let
just
pick up.
Here, be in character, clown. You're gonna be on camera, be in character. All right, there we go. That's way better. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do the first shot, and then I'm gonna do double tap. Ready? First shot. Okay. Ready?
.254.
Ladies and gents, plus size Praetorian on the case. Furiosa's got nothing on me, even though this was 100 yards shorter than the shot she was supposedly taking at 430 yards. But she didn't dial. She held straight on and she held no wind. And as you can see, I was half to 6/10 of wind at 330 yards. But either way, really fun drill. We're gonna do more of this. We're gonna recreate popular shots from movies and insert ourselves. I hope you guys like this. A ton of work and thought and effort went into this video, like to the level which you would not believe. We're gonna keep putting that sort of effort in if you guys like this content. Let us know, like, share it, subscribe. The other thing, huge shout out to WOOX. Thank you so much. This thing is freaking, the Cobra is just super cool looking. My buddies all said I should scratch the wood up and really make it dystopian. I couldn't do it. It's too beautiful. This thing looks awesome. Big shout out to WOOX. They just make incredible products. ARs, shotguns, bolt actions, doesn't matter. All their stuff is legit. H&W built me a tack driver here, 7.62 by 39, freaking hammering at distance. Mile high with the night forest, was able to find a flat dark earth. Freaking love that. It looks awesome. Even with this kind of scrim that I got, I just couldn't bring myself to paint it because it looks too good. And then lastly, Silent AF, FNG Day One, the titanium 3D printed can that just looks freaking awesome. And the Cerakote job those guys did just looks incredible. And then Paul Fankenbridge for the fluting that he did on the barrel here that just looks absolutely awesome. Hawkins bottom metal. And of course, our boys Impact with the NBK. If I were putting my life on the line in any sort of setting scenario, I'm picking a bolt action, and that bolt action is gonna be an Impact Precision, period. No and ifs or buts about it. They just run. So all in all, thanks guys for watching. Till next time. What's the line from the movie? Drink the mother's milk, and what a lovely day. I think that's a line. I'm pretty sure. You want to shoot that thing?